easy go.
Okay guys, so it's now the next day and I carried on building from where I left off in the last video, like I said, and the last clip that you saw. So I'll show you what I've sort of progressed and then what we're going to continue doing. So as you can see, I've got these roofs in on all four of the sides. They're all the same. It's a little bit weird because like they sort of, you know, before I would have thought that these would go like this and all the way along to this, so it sort of like all goes quite flush, but it doesn't. Sort of like down here, I thought it would sort of go all the way to the wall, but it doesn't. So, you know, it leaves room for like windows, so I need to sort of like, I think there'll be something like that maybe. So the windows are in. I sort of designed down here. I don't know whether you saw that in the last clip. But yeah, we've got a ladder in here, so you can actually like try and make your way up here. We've obviously got to design a way to get onto this level anyway. So yeah, obviously if you want to take the task to try and get up here, you can. This is like a little scaffolding sort of area that I said that was sort of in the game. I've added some signs in just to add some like, you know, planks of wood sort of thing that's sort of attached to the sides. I think they sort of add a decent little bit of like atmosphere to the build. Okay, so yeah, now that's all sorted. I built down here like I said I would. I've also done this side. I haven't put the windows in yet. I think these ones are just black windows. These ones are going to be normal glass. This one's going to be normal glass, and then this is going to be a coloured one. Sort of like that cross, like those ones. They're basically meant to be circles, but obviously circles don't really work in Minecraft, especially when you're trying to use glass. Obviously I could like add the stairs like that to sort of make a better circle, but then I'd be in that situation where I haven't actually got all of the things. So I think a little like cross sort of does the job nicely at the minute anyway. Maybe we'll change it later on. So what I was going to do is get this bit sorted here. So what it is, I'll show you a photo on screen. So if we find the center block, which is here, I think if we go like that, this one, I'll build this all with you guys just because it'll like the episode will be quite short otherwise. So I'm thinking we maybe, how high, that looks about high enough. So if we go like that, I want to make the door the same height as over here. So I think if I dig into this, I remember the height when I was building it last time. I think this has to go up to 19. So what am I at now? 17, 18, 19. Cool. So if I knock those out, and then I'll need stairs. Where have we got stairs? Okay. Right, there's the stairs. Let's quickly get the top bit in, and then we can build down from these. Then from this bit, we obviously need the half slabs. Where are they? Half slabs are there. We'll pop them in. Okay, so the next bit I'll probably want to go like that, and then have it go straight across. And basically, like you'd see in the photo, it's like a balcony or something. So like if we dig out here, we could leave it like that. We're gonna cap these off because it looks like the shape on the photo doesn't really like look too like easy to build. It's got a bit of like a weird shape and weird detailing, so if I just build it like this, I think that will look alright. How high do I want it? Obviously this goes up how many blocks? 8? Sort of 7. Do I want to go one more? I think we need to make these actual blocks, move them there, pop these in. That's 2, 3, 4. Is that not 5? 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 5 high. Cool. Let's just hop out. Get that in there like that. Okay, now what we need is these. That looks alright there. Now let's get the thing. There you go. Okay, so that's sort of what we're dealing with. Obviously now I need to get these bits in here. So it's 4 high. Cap them off with those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cap them off with those. pop the bricks behind them. Boom. Okay, cool. So that's that part done. Here it sort of attaches, like from this it goes straight into like an archway, but not like the yellow arch that's at the end of like this road here. Not like that. It's like a different one. It's like some pillars or something like that. So that will look pretty cool when that's all in. And we almost forgot the lodestone. That will be there. I think that looks alright. So now we've actually got the whole building in. You can see that we have a massive gap. Now in the game, I shit you not, it's probably like that much of a gap, like between these two blocks, which is obviously a bit of a problem. But we had the issue of shortening some parts, lengthening others, and everything. The math just being all wrong, all because of that one spot over there. If you haven't seen that episode, just go check it out. Well, check out all the other episodes. Little plug. Okay, so what we're going to do now is sort of design this side. There isn't any doors. It's pretty easy to design this side. So it's literally just windows. I'll get a photo up on screen of where the windows will go, but I'm pretty sure they just match here. So how many high are we going? We're going like 5 out here, 6 up here. And then we've got a gap of 3. So it's literally just going to be copying this bit, which is pretty simple. Then it goes up 5. Cool, let me just grab this and we'll just literally copy everything over to here. So we're going to start up here, get that in. We put like a little jump thing, so we could easily add like a hay bale or something, which would be pretty cool, sort of like jump into. If you do manage to get up there, we can have some like cool loot, make the parkour, like ladder parkour and stuff like that, up one side of the wall. Just make it a little bit challenging. So what were we doing? We were going 5 along, and then 6 up. That's 3, and that's 6. So 1, 2, and then it was a gap of 3. 1, 2. Where's 5? That's 4, 5. Boom, boom. There you go. Yeah, that's definitely 5. Cool. So that's in. Now I just need to check this side again to see how this one goes. So it is on that line. So basically it goes out towards the outside. If you know what I mean, you'll see what I mean. So we go, I think it was 5 up. 5 like that, and then it's like that, and then here we're gonna go like that, and then it goes up 2, and we do the top 3 like that. So that's where we're sort of sat. Next, I think the windows, I don't know whether they're gonna go in this gap here, but on this wall, I'm thinking there, but I'm pretty sure it's like that, and then maybe 3 from this side, 3 in the middle. Boom. I think, yeah, that looks alright. So we'll do that on the other side. So where was it? It was in line with this top bit. We'll go 3. We'll go 2. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Now what we've got to do is get in the blocks to separate them. So I know this one is in the middle of here. That's in. Now this one's in the middle of these ones. This is just sort of like, it just breaks up the brick texture and just sort of like adds a little bit of something. Obviously you can see this like shadow, that's really weird. But yeah, it sort of just like breaks it up just a little bit. We'll add it on the sides as well. It just sort of looks a bit more like a structured building compared to just sort of like one big flat wall of brick. So yeah, what we'll have to do here is sort of like add some gardens or something. We'll probably add a fountain. There's a fountain that goes down the side of this building, but we'll add another fountain here. So obviously I can fill those in a bit, but this bit now, what we're going to have to do is work on this. The thing, in the last episode I said that it was a circle, but when I actually got up here it was more of like a, is this a hexagon or an octagon? It's an octagon. So yeah, it's an octagon, which obviously means like it's a lot easier rather than making a circle where you have to use 2 there and sort of like curve it a bit more like that. We've literally just gone straight across just like that. So yeah, it looks like it's a lot easier to sort of build on. The only hard part is the roof has diagonal sort of builds here, so it's sort of like the end of this building here sort of goes diagonal along this, which is going to be a bit tough, so we might have to skip that skip out on that, otherwise it's going to be a bit too challenging, it might make it look ugly. So I'm going to take a look at it, I'm going to get some sort of design planned out, and then I'll be back with you guys in a second. Okay, so I've sort of designed this bit now. What we've got is like a support beam going all the way around here, and then it goes bricks again, and then another support beam that has the roof on. Now, we've obviously got this octagon shape, but the roof doesn't continue in that. It actually then does get a circle. So what we've got to do is design the circle and then build the roof up from there. So what it is going to be is like a roof like this, quite flat, until you get to the circle. Then it sort of goes up quite steep, sort of like the building that I made in one of the first episodes in the Unity area. So I'm thinking, like, if we started there, give it a 3 gap, or do we want to give it just a 2 gap? Let's try that. So obviously that would be 3, because obviously you'd have it there as well. If we go 2 there, we've got the 1 there. So I think that might work quite nice. Let's try and fill that in all together. Get that in like that. Right, so there's the circle that we're working with, and I think that works quite nicely. We're on a relatively small scale to sort of work with circles. Like, if I brought this out 5, then we wouldn't have enough sort of curvature to go. If I'd done the 1, it wouldn't really add up. So I think that works quite nicely. So I think I'm going to have to go like that. Place blocks on top of them. Like that. Just to get the circle set. And I did decide that when it comes to doing these, so basically what they are, they're like these windows. A little bit on a bigger scale, but it's basically windows on all sort of sides. But I can't really build them diagonal. I don't think it's going to work. I think I'll waste too much time for it to look ugly and a bit sort of like squished. So I figured I'd do it on all 4 sides rather than the diagonal. But I can add those in after once we get this sort of structure set. So, wait. I've got a button in my hand. Did I ever put the button down here? The button there. It's above that outside one and in line with that. I'd never put the button down. There you go. Just add a bit more sort of colour to it. I don't know. Okay, so back to work. Let me get the stair like this. If we keep it, we can keep it like that. See, I don't know how I'm going to want to do this bit here. If I just do them like this, just to start with. We'll leave those little bits because we can maybe put half slabs there. So if I maybe grab a half slab actually, pop half slabs there, and then we can just put a block behind them, and it still sort of has that gradual effect. But we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. Okay, so that bit's added there. I think now what we try and do is obviously there's going to be that there. Maybe if we brought that one up. Actually, we'll get this circle sorted and then we'll worry about the rest of it. So if we actually then bring this up one more. So it's quite a steep sort of incline. See, now we've lost that circular shape. I don't know whether I want to leave those open. Because I could obviously do that, but then it just looks like a block. Or I could add them like that. No, I don't know whether I like that. But I also don't know whether I like that. How does that look? Let me just get the blocks in, and then we'll come back to the shaping. Okay, so they're added now. If we do this, add those on that side. We may have to just sort of go around it like this. How would that come out? Doesn't look too bad, I guess. Let me get that in. Like that. And then all we've got to do is either add them like that. That doesn't look too bad, I guess. How about half slabs? So I think that's too much of a increase. I sort of like that. Don't want it going in like that, do I? No, I think that then leaves this just a bit bare. But then obviously could go like that. Let's try that out. I think that looks alright. So let's do that on all 4 of these. So obviously making circles in Minecraft is extremely hard as it is, but trying to do it on such a small scale and then building a roof out of it is even harder. So this goes like that, is it? Or does it point in? No, they point in. Cool. So we're going like that. Going like that. And like that. Perfect. Okay, so that's sorted. Now we just got to continue this going round like that. See, now the issue that I sort of see is these bits here. So it sort of makes me want to go like that. And either add a half slab or a stair. Just to sort of make it stand out a bit more. And I don't know whether I like that. But I definitely don't like it just being so flat. So I am going to just do this, and we can come back to it and tweak the sort of shaping. So it's literally just trial and error, especially when doing circles, guys. So now we need to do the next layer. So we've gone from the circle that we had to now like a diamond shape. So now we've got to work around that. And basically what we're going to have to do is probably, if we add blocks like this, fucking hell. Add blocks like that on each thing, add half slabs, and what that does is sort of bring us back to a little bit more of a circle because we've got the straight bits at the either side, and then we can either, like now we've sort of gone up quite steep, we don't want to go up steep again. I don't think. I reckon we want to start to bring it in. So the way we're going to do that is probably just get the stairs in again, and then that'll probably do it for that, and then we'll have to sort of do the little top peak bit. I'll try and get you guys a photo of this just to so you sort of understand what we're sort of trying to build. But yeah, the annoying part is once we build this, we've then got to sort of destroy some sides of it to try and get these windows in, which sort of sucks because I think we've got quite a nice shape. But the good part is it may sort these little ugly bits out that I'm not too keen on. Okay, so I think the circle is actually looking quite nice as like a dome. Well, I say circle, yeah, I mean dome. I think that looks quite nice. It sort of has a steep bit on the side, and then it sort of comes up into a more flat bit up here. So I've added in this next bit that we've got, which is these little bits here. Now what we need to do is sort of add the roof, and then it's going to obviously, it's got its center point, which is quite nice, which is where there's going to be another cross like down before. So if we get these in, obviously we can probably just go 1 1 1. What we sat at there is that's a half block, isn't it? No, that's a full block. Cool. So that means we can just add the cross now. So I'm gonna do a blue one because I sort of like that look. I think it's like the copper look, where it's weathered, which I sort of like because obviously it's definitely gonna get weathered up here. Yeah, so I decided to peak it off with the block of quartz, and I'm not sure whether I like how flat this roof is, but I don't want to use stairs because I think that would be too steep, and it's obviously a little bit harder to sort of build with stairs because they're sort of like one side dominant. Obviously, as you can tell, like this bit's higher. So I then added these buttons just for a little bit of texture. It really doesn't do anything else. What we need to do now is destroy sides of my dome. Unfortunately, I've worked so hard to make it. So we'll see how it goes. We'll build one side, and hopefully it won't make it look too shit. If it does, then we probably won't do the windows. But I mean, I still think it looks alright. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see how this goes. I will get a design for the window, and then I'll come back to you guys. It's very sort of simple, but I think it adds a nice sort of look to it. It's not too high, and it's not too low. It doesn't stand out. The only annoying part is obviously like it doesn't sort of curve. Do you know what I mean? But I don't want to bring it out like that because obviously you lose a lot of the white. I think that looks okay, to be fair. I think on all 4 sides that could look really nice. So yeah, I kept calling them windows. I thought they were windows, but they're not. They're literally just sort of like, that's it, like just a flat wall. So I'll get those in like that because they're not the most exciting. But what I've done was basically I just used stairs going along here, stairs going along here, straightened it up there because obviously I don't want it to come in a curve. That goes there. Stairs along here again. Just like this. And then we just peak it off with that at the top. Did I leave that stair there? I didn't, but I sort of want to. I think that then adds to the slope. Yeah, that looks alright. Obviously, without the diagonal ones, I might be able to do... No, I don't know whether I want to tackle it. Don't know whether I want to tackle it. I think I just want to leave it like that and just sort of have the nice curve to it. So I don't know whether to leave this sort of flat. Do I want to leave this flat? I could obviously do what I've sort of done there. If I take that out. That doesn't look too bad, to be fair. Yeah, I think that looks alright. I thought it's got a bit of a circular shape to it, so I think that's the best sort of case scenario that we're going to get. So I'm going to get the other two little weird things in, and then I'll finish the roof off, and then we'll see how long we've been recording for, and see whether it's time to end the episode. So I'll be back with you guys in a second, and I'll show you the finishing product. Okay, so all four of those are in. Then I've done the little sort of side bit that we done. I think that looks really good. I really like how it's sort of turned out, to be completely honest with you. I then come around, as you can see, I put the windows in. I haven't done it for down here yet, but fuck that. So the only little things that I've got to do is maybe add some like barrels and stuff here, if there are any. Obviously, if you were paying attention earlier, you would have seen there's a chest there. So if you can get up here, you can get some good loot in there, but I'm not going to show you what's in there, just in case any of you guys actually do end up playing this one day. So the only two things left is to make the little crane that's on this bit. I'll show you a photo. So I need to play about with some crane designs. When it comes to things like cranes, I don't do them perfect one-to-one scale or try and make them exact, because obviously they can, like with Minecraft, things are so much, obviously they're blocky, you know, it's going to be tough to make the exact same sort of shape on such a small scale. So I'll have to like figure out how I want to make one in my own design, and I'll just plonk it there. And then we need to sort of design the outer bit. So I may do this outer bit all off camera, and sort of design that as like a little sort of like gardening thing. I may do it next episode. But I did think before I end the episode, I would show you how I build my fountains. So I'm going to quickly find out whereabouts the fountain needs to be built. Obviously, you saw me last episode, or the episode before that, sorry, that I did build two fountains. I built one all the way over there. Oh, you can actually see it. And then I built one all the way over there. But I don't actually think I'll show you how to build them. So I'm going to quickly find out where I've got to build it, and then I'm going to show you guys what I do. Okay guys, so I've designed that area, and I was just flying back and I thought I need to record this because this looks beautiful. I'm actually so happy with how it's turned out. I thought it was going to be a really hard build, but it was actually a lot easier than expected. I don't know whether that's because it was like my first really big build that I've actually sort of like commentated over. Maybe it helped me with the thought process for things, and you know, I don't know. It fucking looks fantastic in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I'm super happy with it. Right, so what we've got is we have an odd number here, which is 7. So we're going to go from here. What we're going to do is just going to find the centre, which is there. That's the centre right there. So we need to go, I think it will be like 3 blocks like that. We're going to go one more out actually, like that. Like that. So if you can copy that shape there, so what it is 3, 2 away from the centre. Obviously you can expand it if you want, but what I do is 3 and then a 1 and then 3, 1, and the 1 is obviously diagonal to it if you haven't got eyes. Then what I'm going to do is, just because it's a little bit sort of like on an upper layer, if that makes sense, I'm going to add some tiles there. So these new, whatever they're called, fucking deep slate tiles look amazing in my opinion, so we'll get them in. And then because obviously we want it to not be half slab, we want it to be a full block, so you can't just fall in or walk in, we add these, which are the cut sandstone slabs. Okay, so also what you've got to do is thicken these out just a little bit, these diagonal bits. Reason being is obviously if you was to come in from this straight like that, you could have an actual full half slab up there. Now if these weren't here and you come in at this angle, it's going to move you onto that block, but you want to be able to stand here against this block, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's just sort of like to fill it in. It doesn't look too bad. So we go like that. What we've then got is with this center block, we're going to go, I think we're going to go up 4, or is it 5? I think it's like that, right? So we'll go like that, up 4 from the center. We're going to put upside down stairs all the way round, and then we're going to put stairs facing outwards like that. So this is where your center bit is, and that's where your block is going to go of water, and then you just add them in like that. So that's where the water's coming from, it's flowing from either side, so you sort of get that effect. Now you can obviously fill in the bottom like this, so you've got one sort of source block of water, and try not to fuck it up like me there. Good thing we ain't got any plants about, it won't fuck anything up. So then what we need is to obviously design the bottom. Now you can just use obviously any block you want. I usually use dark stone, or like the black that I use behind the windows, but I may use tiles just to sort of like make it all sort of fit. So we'll use tiles here, we'll get these in, and then I'll come back and show you the next bit. And last but not least is going to be the sandstone stairs around here. Reason why we do that is to sort of just add it a bit more, like it just looks a bit top heavy otherwise, so this sort of adds a stable base to it. Obviously you don't need a stable base in Minecraft, but I think it works, and we could match it with this, but I sort of want to match it with the outer part of the fountain. So that's the fountain that we're going to be using for this. Obviously we found the center block over there, but it leaves us with, obviously it's centered, but it leaves us with this bit. So what I could do is basically bring this weird little design that is sort of on the floor over this way and replicate it. So we sort of have, how many blocks is from there? 4 and 3. So it's not too bad. The only way that we can make that work is maybe if we destroy here. So it's just all trial and error really, guys. So if I destroy this, get that in like that, and then I go like this. Oh, if I could actually break in a straight line. Fill this in like that. We actually need that stone. Let's fill the stone in. Fill the grass in. Just like that. And then I think it's 2. And then a 3 block gap. 3 and a 2 like that. And then we just add 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And those are like benches. I think that looks pretty good for a start, to be fair, coming down here. And then all that we have over here is basically like grass that's a bit dotted about, so like the sand's gone across over there. It just sort of like, that's what we've got on this bit where it's just sort of designed. So it's just basically placing grass randomly just to sort of design it. So, you know, stuff like that basically. That's all we have here, and then it sort of like merges and makes a path here. I think it will come out a little bit further than that, but that's just as an example. And then yeah, we'll get plants all on there, and then this sand basically just becomes like a little path, like I said. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much done. Besides obviously the windows, that I never seem to do windows. Maybe I should quickly do those. There we go. All of the windows are now in. It may not look like it here, but these are a bit darker in the game. So that's where we're at. We have pretty much finished this building, besides the outskirts and the, you know, like the little garden and stuff like that. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think maybe next episode we do the gardening, like around the outside. Now obviously I can start planning and I can build off camera like the little city area over here because we've got the dimensions right. So that will work quite nicely. After we do the gardening bit over there, we can maybe do the market here. It's a pretty big market, to be fair. I'll have to show you a photo. But yeah, I'll get a load of photos up during this video for you guys to sort of see what I was trying to build, but I am so happy with how it turned out. I think it looks awesome. The only annoying part is obviously how much space we have back here, but it is what it is, and I think it looks beautiful. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the second episode of building this big ass thing. I don't even know what it's called, like the big church thing, I don't know, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.